and stuff like that. And so I actually reached out to Dan and I'm like, hey, I'm like, is this okay for me to use on my face? You know, this, that, and the other. And he's like, yeah. So that's it. That's we're here. And that like hook, line, sinker. And we just started kind of trying that. Lots of samples. I mean, we done lots and lots of samples. I mean, I have a picture and it was probably, 150 samples that we went through in a year.
Right.
But now that I use it, I mean, he uses 4 droppers twice a day on this.
Yeah.
And so, and on me, which I mean, he didn't initially, but now he does. And like me, I will use 3 to 4 droppers on me all over. Because and I've kind of, played around with making some stuff too, because I still need, don't shoot me. I still need lotion. I still need some lotion, and I still need like moisturizer and stuff like that. I have tried, I do have like, seborrheic dermatitis, like, so in my scalp. And so I have to be kind of like real careful with that. I can't go without, show the collection. I know, right? I can't go without washing my hair. I'm not one of those people. I've tried, can't do it. I get patchiness and that sort of thing. And I have like what I would call oily, dry skin. It's crazy. But I do have sensitive skin. I'm a redhead. So, I mean, I do tend to have, a little bit more sensitive skin. But yeah, that's kind of where that stemmed from. But, we found, we kind of hooked up with True North in April, right before their 1-year anniversary. And, we've kind of, really, gotten in there with them. I mean, we try to hit everything that we can. And it was in May, well, right before my shoulder surgery. I had shoulder surgery at the end of May, and Kevin's like, you ought to do a show. You ought to do some videos and this, that, and the other, because I use the products. And so that's kind of what stemmed me doing my own content, was that. And it just kind of has slowly progressed and this, that, and the other. We went back
Slowly
and
is not
forth
the
with
word.
doing.
Slowly is not
No, not slowly. No. I mean, well,
again, like I said earlier, she jumps in with both feet.
I do.
And
I do.
That's a great thing.
I do.
That's
I love
the
it.
best thing about her.
But yeah, I love it. And like, I've talked about like, my newsletter. So I've done this, I've done that. And it was like, right before Black Friday, it was like the weekend or so before Black Friday. And I was just trying to think, what can I do? Because it's like, I always post everyone's stories. I post this story, that story. Hey, this live show, this live, or, I try to share as much, information as I can with everyone, but I know that not everyone follows everyone or is connected to everyone. So how can I do it in such a way that, it can maybe have a bigger reach? And so I literally live, it takes me longer to drive through the parking lot at work to get to my parking spot than it does to drive to work. So I'm a half a mile from where I work. I used to work an hour away. So I drove 2 hours minimum,
right,
3 to 4 times a week.
Yeah.
And that was night shift, day shift, whatever, because I had done both. I was, an ICU nurse for like 7 years, open heart recovery and all of that stuff. So, I've been there, done that, weather, all of those things, but it's so nice to be close to home. But anyway, I was on my way to work and I'm like, a newsletter, I could do a newsletter. And so that was on a Friday. That was a Friday.
Oh, yeah. I got a story about this too. Go ahead.
Sorry. And so I started like kind of brainstorming and writing my ideas down. I love Post-it notes. I should probably have like, a sponsorship from them. But I just was like writing ideas down, this, that, and the other. And Sunday it was right before, because I remember it was when EDC was closing. It was closing they had their last show, and I was able to get that in there right before the show aired. So that was whenever I done it. So I came up with the idea on that Friday and had it posted then Sunday, and I think it was 4 or 5 pages.
Yeah. She gets home at 4:00 on a Friday, and up until that Sunday afternoon, we sit about 4 feet from each other, and I don't think I talk to her. I mean, the whole weekend she barely slept. She did not stop. I mean, that's how passionate she was about it. But part of this started because information was always, for some reason, hard for me to find. There was bits and pieces here and there, but even when I started, I had a pretty good sized beard. Well, the beard bottle said 2 to 3 drops.
Right.
So I'm putting, I got a big beard and I'm putting 2 to 3 drops and I'm like, this just ain't cutting. And then I went to 10 and then I went to a dropper and 2 droppers. And then, I should have been using 2 to 3 droppers. And here I was using 5 drops, or just, anything, ingredients, water ingredients, what's good, what's bad, where to find, we dove into lives, watching lives and watching videos. Well, who's on when, where, and all that stuff. And we just wanted to simplify it and just put it all right there where everybody can find it. I know it's all out there somewhere. Yeah. It's just finding it, and after a while you get discouraged.
So, I got a question. I got a question for you. So once you delved into DanC and all that, and you got rid of the Artiest Man and all the other ones, what was like the first small batch company you got into? Not got into, but say purchased and used, like small batch.
I think it was True North.
Defined,
yeah. We started with some Defined, yeah.
But I mean, really, truly, I feel like they're all still considered small batch, so to speak, because they are still all being made in batches. You can go even smaller. I guess you could say some of them would be micro batch. But I would consider everyone minus like some of the ones that we like purchased prior would be small batch. I mean, because they are still made in in batches, in small single batches. Even though they're maybe a little bit more bigger, popular, or sell more, I still consider them. To me, I still consider them a small batch.
Okay.
But our first big purchase would have been Dr. Nick's, like full purchase. And then I feel like it was Defined. And then after that, it was True North. And now I've got over 100 bottles of True North.
Yes. Right. Yeah. And we have them in a fridge. And I'll say, where's this oil at? I'd like to use this today.
You got to reach way back in there to get it.
Yeah. We almost need her section and my section, or maybe a alphabetical order or something.
Maddie's thing. I think Maddie said something about.
You ever thought about putting a tray, like a cookie tray, in there so you could just slide it out the fridge?
We actually do kind of have that. We like the ones that he uses regularly. We do have like in a box. But I actually even went through and divided it up so each oil has like a section, so they don't like slide around that much. Excuse me, we the cooler that we got, the refrigerator was just from Walmart, and it was just one of the like glass front, like just a soda machine, soda one. It was actually very, very inexpensive. And then I just layered the shelves with something to keep it from sliding. But and I'm out of room. So he says I have to stop.
Maybe slow down a little bit. But between the two of us, we use a lot of oil.
We do.
A lot, 7 to 8, droppers a day of oil.
Well, I usually in the morning, I use butter strictly in the morning just because it's easier. And I usually just keep one of the tubs of butter in the bathroom. That way, when I'm getting ready in the morning, I can, put that on while I'm getting ready. But at night, I will either whatever I grab. And sometimes I literally just close my eyes and reach in and grab something. Nice. Because it's like, there's so many that I like, and what I have in my fridge, I like. If I don't like it, it doesn't go in my fridge. So it's like, we will use anything that's in our fridge.
I want to touch on what Chris said. It's definitely different between, each, every beer is different. And that's for sure. I don't think you know, I don't want to say my beard is special, but it's not typical of everybody, you know.
Glorious.
And it's all subjective.
But it 100, because, you know, I'll put 3 or 4 droppers in my beard and it's just like, that seems like an awful lot, but no kidding, I will feel it, you know, that 30 minutes later, an hour later, and it is not, you know, it's not. A lot of the amount of oil I use is I can't get it to the skin. It's done. I've lost it all before I get it to my skin, and that's, you know, part of the reason I use, you know, so much oil. It's definitely I've thought about that. I have thought about that.
That's why I just do it, and it's just easier.
Yeah.
I do it right.
Yeah, but it's definitely different per person. You know, I can't, you know, I don't say, well, the bottle says 2 to 3 drops or 10 drops. It's definitely depends on who you are. Just for me, it definitely didn't work.
Right.
Okay, guys, I got a question from Blake. He asked, and I want to add something onto this that I wanted to actually ask. Blake says, what's your favorite scent from True North, both of you? And I wanted to ask both of you, on top of that, what is your favorite? It doesn't have to be from True North, but what is your favorite overall carrier blend oil? Just one oil that is your favorite.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. You know your scents more better than I do.
Okay. I mean, this one's a no-brainer for me. It's Siamese Dream from True North. No-brainer. Absolute favorite. It is a very sweet, it's not overly sweet, but it's a sweet cologne. And I absolutely love it. It's like a floral berry cologne, and I absolutely love it. Favorite. And then my favorite carrier oil it's hemp oil. Hemp oil is my favorite carrier oil.
Good.
To me, and I actually purchase my own because I will add it because it's like, I like it. And if an oil doesn't have it, I don't care. I will put it in there. It doesn't matter, you know, and it doesn't change anything. Right. But I have both refined and unrefined. Now, unrefined will change because it does have quite a strong odor to it, but man, it is great for like your scalp and for like if you have like a problem area, it is so good just to go in there and put it on there and just let it set and then wash it out, you know, or whatever. It just has so many great properties, but that's mine.
Mine, I think, would probably be black flannels. Definitely one of them. I really like 100. I really like 100. I usually, for the longest time, I maybe I'm sensitive, but I can't sleep with most smells. So usually I use an unscented. But 100 is one of them that I can totally use at night, you know, before I go to bed. So I really like it. I do like the Siamese Dream also. There's so many, it's hard to say, but it definitely the 100 is up there along with the black flannel.
What about your carrier oil?
The carrier oil, and it's similar too. I really like hemp. But I really like castor too.
Yes.
I really, you know, with my coarse, you know, thick graying beard, castor really makes a difference, especially here in the wintertime.
Right.
100%.
It has the staying power, I guess you could say.
Right.
Do you guys have a scent that you like, Tom and Dino, that you wear at night? Like it relaxes you, like a chamomile tea. Do you guys have a go-to scent at night?
I really don't have a go-to because what I try to do is I just try to grab a butter, and I'm not too picky at nighttime. I'll just grab one, put it in, and it's all good. Because I think most of the stuff I have, so I'm not really sensitive when it comes to scent profiles. Like a lot of people are like, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do this. I really have not come upon a scent profile that I don't like. I know that sounds strange, but I haven't had one that I'm like, man, I can't stand this, I can't do it. So I just grab whatever and go. Yeah.
Tom, what about you?
I'm gonna get, and this may sound kind of weird, I get more into like the outdoorsy kind of sense, like the grassy kind of sense. Like a good example, Irish Goodbye from True North.
Right.
you know, anything like that. I know Evan's got a couple scents like that. What's the one we were talking about, Chief? Help me out. The one that's got the
Croatoa.
Croatoa,
Like kind of outdoorsy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I really enjoy wearing to bed myself.
See, I pick up the apple on that one a lot. I really like the apple.
Too.
And I have found that apple scents are like one of my favorites, which I know, you know, but yeah, apple scents are amazing.
I want to give a shout out to Evan because I really like his stuff too. I really, you know, him and Notable and True North are definitely up there for me. They both do a really good job. Evan's stuff is really smooth, and I'm just sensitive to smells, you know, like somebody just said, you know, they're starting to go to unscented at night. I've had, and this was early on, maybe I wasn't used to scents, and it was a strong scent, but I would wake up at 2:00 in the morning and go wash it out because it was too much for me.
Right.
And, but so that's why I started going unscented, or a very mild scent, or something that, maybe like some essential oils and stuff that will drop off, you know, quickly, you know, after the shower. But unlike Tom, I can't, you know, there ain't going to be no woodsy, smoky stuff right before I go to bed. The length goal.
Let me answer this. I know this answer.
Well, we're maybe going to go to Worlds. And
there we go.
The category I'm looking at is going to be 8 inches, probably. So, and at the rate I'm going, I'll probably be about 8 inches by then. So 8 inches.
He's 5.5 right now.
Yeah, 8 inches. You know, and after that, I don't see me going longer. But you never know.
He's also said that as long as he doesn't have any transparency, then he's going to let it grow.
Yeah.
So we'll just continue to trim transparency, and he'll just continue to let it grow. So I don't know. We'll see.
I think Kev could grow it down to his feet, and I don't think there'd be any
transparency. You know, and there's I always say, you know, oh, my beard's so thick. It's actually frustrating sometimes because, you know, and I'm afraid people's going to think I'm flexing or something, and I'm truly not. It's just there is a lot here, and just some days I'm just like, there is so much.
Yes.
But you ever tie it?
One time I did do
I've got a picture of it.
I had a little ball.
I've shared it.
Yeah, I did one time, and it was odd, but it was something fun to do, you know. But I don't know. Right now, I'm thinking 8 inches, but who knows what the future holds? As long as it looks good and I can manage it. But I'm one of those guys that's just like, oh, this is, you know, inconvenient.
Garrett, you can do it. I'm confident. You have a great beard. Do it.
Do it. I'm telling you, and I know everybody says, well, if I can do it, you can do it. There is so much of this. Me and Tom's had this conversation. This is hard. I was that guy that sat in the corner all the time. I was the life of the party in my 20s, but then, you know, I had some back surgeries and it slowed me down. And I was that guy that sat in the corner. You didn't see me. You didn't hear me. And for me to get on, just to take a picture of me didn't happen, let alone get on camera and then try to go to a beard competition. And, you know, sometimes you just got to make yourself, you know, I know I would regret it if I, you know, and I can't say 100% if I'm going to go. I'm really going to try, but I will. If I don't, I'll regret it, and I know it.
Well, here, try this. Okay. World is going to be overwhelming for not only you, but me. I'm going to go to World because it's 40 minutes up the road from me. And I'm the same way. I'm the life of the party, or I could be like, oh, you know what I mean? And same way, but the beard battle in September is so laid back. It's not even funny. So yeah, I have such a good time, and everybody knows everybody, and there's no giants in the industry there to kind of make you, you know.
Right.
Yeah. So, I'm just, you know, I've had a lot of positive feet. I'm that guy. I don't see it. Everybody's like, you got a great beard. I don't see it, but I've got enough positive feedback. It's hard to not, you know,
I'm kind of jealous.
Not do it. Yeah.
Mhm.
And honestly, to win would be awesome. But I just want to go and meet all you guys. I want to meet all my, my online community friends, It's great talking to you guys on here, and chatting all the time, but it's just, it's not the same when you can stand in front of somebody. I mean, you can shake somebody's hand.
Someone's getting hugs.
Yeah.
Who's getting hugs?
Yeah. We better be ready for her, because she'll be wrapping her arms around everybody. Yeah. She's a hugger, but it is nice to, shake somebody's hand and actually say, hey, here I am. I am real, because like a lot of people for years, I went through, I looked at the internet and I'm like, you're not really real. It's the people on the internet aren't real. They are. It just took me a while to figure that out, but we've made so many friendships, and the community has done so much for us. It's, everybody says, well, thanks for what you guys do for the community. And
it reciprocates.
The community has done a lot for us, more than you would ever know. One of these days, me and Tom's talked about it a little bit, but we'll get into it one of these days. But the community has almost gets me in the feels. The community has done a lot for us.
Yeah.
You would never know.
Yeah.
Warms our heart.
I have a question for all of you guys, especially you, Chief, since you've kind of been in the game a little bit longer than a lot of us here. So you mentioned that about all the big wigs there at the Worlds, right? Well, to me, that seemed like, wouldn't that be the place to go ask all the questions that you want to ask and find out all the information that you want to find out? I mean, Kev, how would you feel about Dan C coming up and primping your beard right before?
It's kind of, it's like, what the old say, cutting your teeth or just jumping in the deep end,
Do it.
It's hard. It's for me, it's I dare I say scary, but once you do that, you can do anything. So it's just, it's that first time. It's like, oh, this is something. But I think after that, any competition after that, you just roll on in there and act like you own it, I guess, because but 100%, I'll be, it'll be hard, but I think
my first one I went to was for Mike Wiseman, and I got up on stage for whatever category I was in, and he made the mistake of handing me the microphone, and I actually stepped off stage and just took over. And I don't know what happened and who that guy was, but I had a ball. It might have been a couple of these, but
yeah.
And I sit here and say, okay, I'm the guy in the back. You don't hear nothing from me. But once you get me started,
he doesn't shut up.
When we do our show with Tom, we'll do the show, and then for an hour, and then we'll sit for another 2 hours after the show. It's just, I do like people, and I do like to talk. It's just, it's the initial, I'm the same way. I'd probably get on stage and I'd grab that microphone. And I'd be like, all right, guys, let's start talking, but it's getting there is the hard part.
Yeah,
for sure.
Definitely.
Right.
I was a little out of control.
Dino, what do you got?
So, Amber, you said, if I heard you correctly, you were a cardiac ICU nurse?
I worked all of ICU, but I was actually specially, I went, and was trained to do open heart recovery. So I would receive patients directly from surgery, was, able to watch a couple surgeries, that sort of thing. Yes. Right.
Well, I got to give you this big heart for you, because my heart anniversary is actually coming up. I believe February 6th. I was a open heart, 5 bypass. I was a widowmaker survivor. So my heart goes out to you, because you can definitely tell like the difference between the nurses that were taking care of me and regular nurses. I love regular nurses, but what you guys do, after that, absolutely amazing, fantastic. So my hat's off to you. I was blown away by the treatment that I got. So hats off.
And I do that, because since I'm not bedside anymore, that out of all of the things I think that I miss, that might be the thing that I miss the most, because it was one of those things with nursing, especially ICU nursing, you get people, generally you see people at their worst, and you don't know which way it's going to go. But with most of the open heart patients, I mean, it was one of those things that you received them from surgery, you recovered them, and you got to watch them walk out.
Right.
So usually it was a a happy ending kind of a thing. Loved taking care of open heart patients. That they were definitely my favorite, but I did go back to school, and I wanted to kind of expand on what I could do. So
hey, Santa, do me a favor. Blake Hughes, going to my first one in June. Put that up real quick.
This one right here. Now, I was going to say something about this too, actually, Chief, because I actually got an invitation today.
Me too. Yeah. Yep.
The question was, I didn't check to see what day of the week that was, because I could drive there in a matter of no time. If it's a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, which it probably will be. If you guys could tell me what day of the week that is, I'll let you know if I'm going or not.
Right. Never know. I might be caravanning with you to go there, Chief.
Y'all need to have more beard competitions down here in Texas.
It's snowing down there. Why would we go there?
Well, it's like there'll be one in Texas, but it's still 5 or 8 hours away. That's the only bad place.
Because Texas is huge.
It's sizable.
It's huge.
Up there. Right.
Yeah, when Brewer went to his competition, when Brewer went to his competition, he's like, "Oh, I'm in Texas now. I'll be there tomorrow." It's just like, well, ain't you almost there? Nope.
I'll tell you what, Tara, you got to stop with putting Finn on the camera. He is so stinking huge.
Yes, he is.
He steals the show.
Jeffrey got that crud going around.
Jeffrey. Right.
I'm over it. I'm
my
100%.
stomach bug's nasty.
Right.
Yes, Worlds is the 3rd through the 5th. I'm actually, that is something I am working on. I was looking into it a little bit today. So I'm hopefully, I may even put out a video. I don't know. We'll see.
Right.
Kind of the goings on it. So especially since I've got someone talked into going, and now that he said that he's going, he can't change his mind.
Well, I'll do my very best. The part is that'll be the 4th is our anniversary.
The 4th is our anniversary.
Yeah, we'll probably even call it our honeymoon, because we ain't even been on a honeymoon 27 years later.
Speaking of that, I forgot to talk to my wife, so I got to talk to my wife. And yeah, definitely, absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah, where the hell was I going with this? I forgot what I was going to say. I was looking at something. I know what I was going to say. The weekend of Worlds, 3rd, 4th, 5th. I put in my vacation slip last week, and that one got turned down because somebody put theirs in before mine. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to call off, letting you know now.
Right.
Yeah.
You already predicting that stomach bug.
I'm not going to feel well that weekend.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't put mine in yet, but it's fine. Whatever. I will take.
I might even quit just to go. I'm like, I'm out.
Well, that was part of my thinking too. It's like, I tell you right now, I'm going to sit here from now until then. I'm going to try to talk myself out of it. I know
every day. I'm going to.
But I know it's not always in the U.S. and it may not always. I think 8 hours.
It's 8 hours.
Yeah.
It may not be that close again. So it's
40 minutes. 40 minutes from now.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, definitely.
BTO, absolutely.
Besides, if you come up, you'll get to go have some. What is that? The cold cheese pizza.
Cold cheese pizza, baby.
Yeah,
Brewer, you still in here?
Bring it on. No, he left already. But bring it on.
I'll have to look for that.
I like food. All food.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
It is warm down here. My goodness.
All right, guys. For those of you guys that do not know, we do a show on Saturdays. I do a show with Kev and Amber, and they were gracious enough to join me, and I have had so much fun with them. And guys, I want to tell you guys how much we've talked about how much the bearded community has meant to us, but how much you guys have meant to me. I was talking to Chief before the show, and it's funny because when I'm off of the camera or not doing a video or something, I'm very quiet. I just, to myself, do my own thing. But it's when the camera comes on, I enjoy it. But you guys have brought out the something special to me. That's why I like doing the Santa thing so much, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is putting on that suit. Bye, Alan. Take care, brother. It's putting on that Santa suit and becoming somebody else to where I can kind of, just kind of act out, kind of like what Kevin was just talking about a little bit. But I just want to tell you guys before even the end of the show that how much I appreciate you guys and what you guys have meant to all of us, but to me, because you guys have made my Saturdays.
Mm-hmm. Aww.
Yep.
We're just, like I said earlier, the community's done a lot for us, and I was the same way, and it's actually changed me in all aspects of life. The way I do things, during the day. But honestly, I just want to have fun, and hopefully, I know I come across silly, and I'm hopefully more intelligent than I come across, but. I just, I was that kid. I just wanted to make people smile. And, I hope I, make somebody, happy. And, eventually I'm going to say something really dumb and somebody's going to get mad at me and I can't blame them for it. But, I just want to, I want to help people. I want to, maybe make somebody laugh and just feel better. I just want to make friends and I want to support Amber. She works really hard, and I know it's, some people say deserve is a tough word, but she deserves, this. She's worked so hard and putting up with me and taking care of me and all these years. She's 100% worth it, and I promise everybody she's she's genuine. She is kind. She is genuine, and she's hard.
I'm gonna cry here in a minute. My daughter's in the background. She's like, "You're gonna make me cry."
She's wonderful, and she's worth it, and she's genuine. If I could just summarize that.
Okay, Kev. All right, we're gonna wipe the tears here real quick.
We are, because man, gosh.
I got to ask you, Kev. If you enter in World, she's gonna have to enter in Whiskerina.
Oh, I already thought about it.
Yep.
I already thought about it.
At that today too.
I already thought about it. So.
I was looking at that today. I seen the one online, a few months ago, and it was live streamed, and I just thought that was the neatest thing.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
So, what are your ideas for Whiskerina?
I don't know. I was thinking about it. I don't know if I can use like my own hair, and like if it's long enough, if I can like attach it somehow. Rules. And I know there's rules. I was looking at them, but I haven't like looked at it enough, because I thought, hey, if I could figure out a way to attach it, and then I could make my own beard out of my own hair.
Nice.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know, but we'll see. That was one of my ideas, but that was like in the instant that he, finally said, hey, yeah, as of right now, I'll go. And so, yeah. I don't know. I'll do something. I'm creative enough. I can figure something out. So 100%.
Yeah, she's a big reason why I'm going too, because if it was just me, I would 100% talk myself out of it. But
sure.
I'm going for her too, because I want her to meet all her friends also. So,
yeah. I mean, something, and I think we've kind of set you super glue. I know, John. No.
Gorilla glue.
Yeah, Gorilla glue. Oh my gosh. But I think something I've kind of said before, and I said it in my Facebook group, because I do have a Facebook group. And I just kind of have like little daily topics that I just try to throw out there just to kind of keep it active. But usually I do try to put like my newsletter in there, like at least a few minutes first. So if you're in there, maybe you get a quicker look at it. Right. It is just the community. And I feel so weird, the community, but it is. I mean, it's just like, you guys are all of our friends. And this has been the one place I feel like we can actually be us. Mm-hmm. We've been able to be us, and people like us for us. And is wacky. I mean, literally what you see is what you get. Now, I will say that, yes, off camera, other words may come out of my mouth, but
yeah, some people are like, oh, I don't want to say this and that
Right.
around Amber, and it's like,
yeah, no,
we're not saints. That's for sure.
I mean, so Chief, let me tell you this. One of my best friends, like actual best friends that I have here, she was a CD, and she's a mental health nurse practitioner, and we were ICU together, and she's one of my best friends. So if that tells you anything, and I'm a nurse, us nurses are not
normal.
All that. Right. No, we are not normal. No. So there's that. But yeah, I can keep up as far as language goes. So we'll just say that.
Nice. Yep. I've got an idea. Crown Royal bag.
Oh, sorry.
Make the beard.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
for the beard.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
The bags.
Okay.
That'd be one cool.
Yeah.
Chat, what do you think for Amber for a beard?
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Everybody in the chat, what kind of beard should Amber have?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if Kev goes to compete up on stage and gets over that fear, you're gonna have to go to. And
I will. I'll 100% do it. 100% do it. So
yeah.
I'll tell you what, Kev. You're going, Chief's going. You know what? I'm supposed to meet up with Chief. If you stick to it, I'll tell you what. I wasn't gonna do it, but you know what? I'll enter too. I'll enter the contest too.
Yeah, and like I said, I think once I get there, I can do it.
Right.
It's getting there, and I.
Right.
You know, it's like they say, if you're tired, do it tired. If you're scared, do it scared. You know, just do it. And that's my philosophy. It's just get it done.
Right.
No jobs.
Match Kev's. I can't match that. Y'all gonna have to give me all your beard trimmings.
Absolutely. You wear the same shirt. Slick your hat back, put a scallywag on.
Yeah.
And
I'll have to
make your beard look like Kev's beard.
Yeah.
Right.
That would be dope.
Right.
Well, I mean, we can save it up because and with our shire, between her hair, I'm growing my hair. Now I got this beard. We'll just save it.
Right.
It'll be different colors.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
But and that's another thing with my hair. Everybody, some people think I dye my hair. It's like, well, your hair's not the same color as your beard. I say, well, the gray is just loading.
Right.
It hasn't quite reached the top yet.
Right.
I agree with this. And we are realizing this statement right here, right now. That's something that we have really been really trying to focus on in the last couple of years is just living for today. So
yeah, for sure, because we sat back and just didn't do a whole lot, and it's like
worry about what everyone else thinks and what everyone else says and so on and so forth. And I'm not doing that anymore. So.
And it's the whole it's you're safe at home. There's nothing bad happens to you at home, and it does. It don't matter. It don't matter where you don't have to stay home because it don't matter where you're at. If something's going to come up, it's going to come up. So just get out there and do it. And that would be my message to anybody that's like, oh, I'm afraid to do beard comps or this or that or the other. And it's like, just, do it. Do your very best to, if you're able to, get out there and do it if you can.
Yep.
Right.
100%.
Yeah.
See, now I have to go. I can't sit here and say all this stuff and not go.
Nope, you sure can't.
I've done it to myself.
Yes, you did.
Yep.
I knew I'd get him to say it one of these days. So,
I like what Chris just said. This is such a good statement right here. Any good community should add to your life, not take from it. Isn't that anything in life, any kind of community, whether it's a family, whether it's a bearded community, whether, that is such a good statement. Chris, I hope you don't mind. I might steal that one for a video.
Right. Yeah. That's an awesome
topic
statement.
For Saturday.
Yep.
So I just want to say thank you to both of you because I know, so do these two guys know, that what we do in the background takes time. Time is money, and it's a passion that we don't get paid for, and we enjoy it, and it's not a job. We love doing it, and I want to thank you because I know you probably put in more time than us with your newsletter and all the different lives and the show.
She does.
So you're doing the right thing, and you're not getting paid, but you're getting paid with passion and the love for the community. And I just love it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I do. Like I said, I probably drive people crazy because I talk about this stuff and they probably look at me like, what are you talking about? I'm like, hey, I don't know. I mean, and I don't tell a lot of when I say that, I don't tell a lot of local people that we do this. That's like, like some of the things that I share, I don't necessarily fully share on like my Facebook page or anything like that, because people don't understand.
It's unusual.
They don't understand.
Yeah, and not to say, be negative about our area, but in this small town, America, it's different. It's dare I say, unusual. I get, and I know we all do, but I go to the grocery store and people's just like, you get the looks, and it used to be that would bother me. A year ago, 2 years ago, I probably would have came home and ran home and shaved because I was like, people are looking at me funny. And now it's like, and that's another aspect that's helped me in life, is just like, I don't care. I don't care so much. And that's what's great about the community is there's people you can relate to, and it doesn't have to be 100% beards. No. There's just as much friendship and other talk, as there is, everything else. Because
I mean, we have each other's backs. It's motivation. Twitch, what you said. I mean, honestly, that is, it's great. I can't even describe, how that makes me feel. Like, when we was hanging out on that live, Saturday night, just being stupid, I mean, I loved it. It's just so refreshing. It's like, and I describe it, it's like, we are totally like hanging out with our friends, and we're just not in the same room, but we can still talk, we can still chat, we can still, see each other, depending on whatever. And it's this, I mean, this is friendship. This is a group. This is a community. You learn about these people become part of your lives. You've all become a very important part of our lives. So
same thing. I'm the same way with what Twitch said. I was thinking the same thing. Is I get paid with happiness.
100%. We are probably, I mean, and this may sound, I don't know, hopefully not going too far, but it's like we are mentally probably in the best place that we have been in a really long time. Awesome. So that's,
It makes me happy. And I know the other two guys, when we do our content, we put a lot of pride into it. And I don't know how, we've never talked about it, but the blooper reels, and like you get going on a video and you like space, or you forget something and you cuss a lot and you hit the button and you start over, and it's passion, it's love. It is. You put your soul
100%. I mean, like I said, I go on lives now with no makeup on, so people get to see me with no makeup on. That's important.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I lay on the bed with the camera, right in my face. And I'm still not sure if I'm loving that, but you know what? It's getting me out of my comfort zone. I'm doing it. It makes, Amber happy, and it
makes you happy.
It does make me happy. I sit here and say how awful it is. I'm laying on the bed and my wife is giving me a beard face massage. I mean, who can complain about that?
No one.
And then I send him. And then I send him out to the shed.
Then I go out to the cold shed. But no, all of this has been so many firsts. It's like, I like everybody, I've always been on the internet, but I've played video games or watched, YouTube or something. But Dan C was the first stranger I emailed. Dare I say, he was almost a celebrity to me at that time. And he responded. I thought, wow, that's neat. Tom was the first stranger I talked to on the telephone. We called and talked about content and stuff.
Yeah.
And and just getting on camera like this is, and all of that, so many firsts. But I had to just, just do it.
We had to just figure it out. I mean, we really just had to figure it out. And then, because at first I think we was like, this is kind of weird, but okay, I'm having fun. And then once we realized, it's like, we are truly having fun. Like, this is this is what I enjoy doing. These are the people that I enjoy being around. They accept me for who I am and all of my quirks and all of your quirks and our quirks together. Because I mean, we really like banter back and forth like we do in chat. That is us.
Oh, we do.
I mean, we sometimes we might go a little far on the ball busting to each other.
Yeah, for us older guys, especially, in the 80s and 90s on the playground, you gave your best friend more, more stuff than anybody else.
Right.
But if somebody else did that to your friend, that was bad news.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and I've said it so many times, we are best friends. We've been together since we were early teens.
Yeah, I was 13 when we started dating, and he was 15.
Right.
And I mean, we, had our ons and offs during, high school and whatnot, but I graduated early from high school. I graduated a semester early, but I still had to go through the regular graduation. So I went through regular graduation in May, and we were married that July 4th. So it was hilarious. I laughed hysterically when he said that. DB, you're funny.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you guys haven't caught that show or watched it, that is really neat. I have not seen anybody else do anything like that. Maybe I'm missing something, but when I first tuned in, I mean, I was really interested. First thing I did is I went in there to my wife. I said, "Hey,
check it out."
It started around our anniversary, and I'm like, you know what? I think I seen a reel or something. I'm like, oh, I could do that. So that's what I did. I gave him like a full face massage, and massaged like his scalp and everything. And then I done like a beard, put the oil and butter and stuff in his beard. And hey Baker, and he's like, you're gonna have to do this every day now, right?
Now, when we get on camera, I said, make sure to tell everybody I'm not making you do this.
Right. I do, and I say this, and I seriously mean it. I honestly enjoy doing it because it does. I get to feel, how it feels. I get to feel how the products feel in his beard. Whatever he's washed, has he stripped it? Has he conditioned it? Like last night, seriously, like when I was combing through it, I'm like, this is the worst your beard I have ever seen it look. I mean, it's dry. It's just dry. And so it was, and I'll say those things because I think that is important information to share. And so the more I learn and the more I understand, because since I don't have a beard, I mean, I could, if I really tried, I could probably get one, but we're going to not do that. I don't want to see that. The more that I can understand and learn from the more that I feel like I can help everyone else. And not to mention, how much of these products that I personally use, women can use all of these products just fine, and it's so much better than what you're going to get in the store. And what you're getting, what you're putting on your face, on your skin, and so, I think that's like a big thing too. And I'm going to say it's cheaper. It is cheaper. It is so much more, Yes. I mean, it is. He's like, I got a poodle here.
Yeah, just about. But it's with having her do my beard, it's kind of like, how you become nose blind. I feel like I become beard blind. You wear it, it's like, oh, my beard, and she'll grab it and be like, your beard does feels rough, and I'm like, I don't know.
I mean, it's funny because literally the first thing that I do whenever I come home is I
she sticks her face in it. Yeah, she sticks her face in it for sure every time. And too, when it comes to scents, it's the same thing. We become nose blind. I won't smell it for several hours, and she'll come home and be like, oh, and she'll smell it from 6 feet away. And I'll be like, I can't.
And I'll be like, what'd you put in today? He's like, well, don't you know Super Sniffer? And I'm like, no, because after a while they change, and so I can't tell, So
but we definitely get different perspectives, because in my beard, smells different than on her.
Oh, 100%.
You know, I always say it's like the air back, the air going through.
And my skin does not hold the scent near like his beard does. So, but yeah. So yeah, yeah.
Yep. We have a good time. We do.
Really we try. I mean, we do try. So yeah. And if anyone, you know, and like anything that we ever say or do, please never take it like, you know, anything personally. If you ever have any problems, please, you know, if you just message us, we're, you know, not afraid to talk or, you know, anything, because, you know, I never want to say anything that's too much or, you know, or anything like that. Right. So I do try to stay very, you know, respectful.
And we're an open book. If you have questions about anything, you know, everything from
anything,
honestly, marriage to mental health to beard stuff, we've seen and done a lot of it.
I like that. That's good.
That's awesome.
We're an open book.
I'm going to ask these two fine gentlemen to put in their final thoughts and start wrapping this up. Dino, I want to start with you.
Sure. So I just want to say I'm glad that you still have love for me, even though I gave you the Dixon addiction, and even though you both only have one. We'll see at Worlds. You'll probably be like, you know, I got 40 or 50 of them, but
one so far, yeah,
one so far. That's how it starts. But no, I gotta tell you, man, I appreciate all the work you do, because I always see on my Instagram, Amber mentioned you in a story, and as soon as I see it, I'm like, boom, I share it on my story. And I know that you guys put in so much work doing that, and we really do appreciate it, because it gets the word out. It's crazy. And I always do this, but I'm going to tell you, nothing but love for you guys. Glad that I can call you family. So, and we've got our little thing coming up with our little round robin thing that we're going to be doing. So
yes,
we'll be doing
I'm looking forward to that.
Together. Yep. And you never know. Sure. I'm going to be starting a show probably on Sundays talking about Dixon flannels and outfits. So I may bring you on, so that way you can talk about some Dixons. We can have some Dixon talk together.
Anytime, Will. Anytime. I mean that.
Yeah. Man, I got to ditto everything he's just said. And like I said before, you know, weeks ago, I really, truly appreciate both of you. But Amber, you go above and beyond, especially to help us small content creators, man. Like, you know, hey, put this on add this to your story. And I'm like, wow, she like took time to do something for the little guys. And that means the world to me. And both you guys.
I'm a little guy. I'm little.
You know,
I'm little.
I've said it 100 times, you know, round robin crew and everything. We grow together. And I've told these guys we'll all grow together. And I love the community. I love what you guys are doing. You're very positive. And I just love having you in it.
Well, guys, I want to close with this. You guys know what you mean to me. I tell you that. I love the fact that I love, Kev, I love your humbleness about you. I love the way you carry yourself. And that means a lot to me. And the way that you treat your wife speaks volumes of the type of kind of man that you are. And Amber, your heart, not only for the community, but for mankind in general, it makes me feel so good. I thank my lucky stars every day that I have found you guys, these guys, and everybody here in the chat every day, because you guys really and honestly keep me going every day, you know, and I just love everything about it. But guys, we want to thank you. Don't forget, right after the show at is it 9:00 Eastern time, the Bearded Respect, please go watch and support those guys, Mike Brewer and the guys. Go watch them, support them. We appreciate you guys. Join Dino and Chief every Monday as they go over things that I may or may not approve of. But enjoy the show Monday night, guys. Amber and Kev, look forward to seeing you guys Saturday. Love all of you guys out in the chat. Guys, remember that this world could always use a little kindness, so be kind to one another. And as always, keep Christmas in your heart year-round.